Good morning, all of you. I hope you are joining now. Today, you can type your attendance here, your name and class. In this class, we're going to talk about an inspiring story. And this story is taken from the real life experience of a great mountaineer. In our textbook, Behive, there is a lesson, Reach for the Top, in page number 99. And in this class, we discuss the first part from this Reach for the Top. I hope you are ready with your text. Okay, let's start now. I don't want to read all the sentences from the text. I'll explain paragraph by paragraph. In the introduction, before we get into the story, we can see we have our own idols in mind, our own role models in our mind. It may be from sports or from medicine. It also may happen from media, art, and culture. Many figures are there. We worship them for their heroism. Is it true? In our life? Exactly. Very good. In this class, we're gonna discuss such type of a hero. Her name is Santosh Yadav. Santosh Yadav. Let's begin her adventurous life. Are you all ready? Let me start now. Yeah. Look at the first paragraph. In the first paragraph, we're gonna introduce the birth of this girl. The birth of this girl. It is really an interesting experience for the readers. And before we talk about her birth, this great figure is introduced as this is the only woman in the world who has scaled Mount Everest 2 times. How many times she scaled Mount Everest? She scaled it for 2 times, twice in her life. Yeah, exactly. And you see, this is not a boy, this is a girl. When she was born, you see, it was the time that the birth of a boy is considered as a blessing and the birth of a girl is not considered as a blessing. And also, it is not considered as a curse. It is not a curse, it is not a blessing if a girl is born in a family. It was just like in a neutral way, considered a woman coming to birth in our previous times. Do you agree with this statement? Do you agree? Do you agree that the birth of a boy is considered as a blessing and the birth of a girl is not considered as a blessing and also it is not considered as a curse? It is in a neutral way considered a girl's birth in a family. That is mentioned in the first paragraph. And you see, a holy man, we can see a holy man, the word holy man in the first paragraph. The holy man blessed Santosh's mother. What was his blessing? You will get a baby boy in your next birth. In your next, you are going to get a baby boy. But at the time of her delivery, at the time of her delivery, her grandmother said that we don't want a baby boy, we want a baby girl. Even the holy man was surprised by hearing this sudden reaction of grandmother. What was it? Grandmother said that we want a baby girl, not a baby boy. At that time, it was really shocking for the listeners because most people prayed for getting a baby boy. And this grandmother said they want a baby girl. Okay, some students are with some arguments. They consider both are same, girls and boys. I appreciate your attitude. But there was a time in India, especially in villages, people considered boy as a blessing, girl either as a blessing, I think neither as a blessing nor as a curse. Okay, they considered girl in a neutral way because it was a patriarchal society, male dominated society that we are living in practical sense that we shared here. And I also agree with you, both are equal. I appreciate your wonderful attitude. Okay, and finally, what happened? Santosh was born. A baby girl was born. And she was the only sister for 5 other sons. She was the only sister for 5 other sons for her parents. Hope you got it. And as I said before, this girl was born in a small village. The village is named Joniavas of Rewari district in Haryana. She is from Haryana. Especially, she is from a village. And this village is in the district of Rewari. And the name of the village is Joniavas. That's all about the first paragraph. Do you have any doubt regarding this first explanation? Okay, good. Let's get into the second para. And this newly born girl was given the name Santosh. The newly born girl was given the name Santosh, which means contentment, a state of happiness or satisfaction. The meaning of the word Santosh is happiness or satisfaction. And in the beginning itself, this girl was not actually content with the traditional way of life that she faced in Haryana. She was not at all happy with this traditional way of women's life. So she began to wear shorts. She wanted to change this attitude of girls. So in this village, for the first time, she started to wear shorts, not other dresses like other traditional women, especially girls. And see, she even says that from the very beginning, Santosh was quite determined that if she chose a correct and a rational path, others around me should have to change, not me. You see, what is her argument? When she selected a rational way, a modern way of life, she was not ready to change her attitude. If others say it is wrong, they have to change their attitude of saying wrong and accept her. That was her determined way of life. Got it? When we read the life lesson, something there will be agreeing and something there will be disagreeing. But we have to read all these things. That's our duty. Okay. And let's get into the third paragraph. What about the third paragraph? You see, actually, Santosh was born in a rich family, not in a poor family. Her parents were affluent landowners. They have enough lands of their own, and they can easily afford the expense of their children as they were very rich. And they even were able to provide good education for their children in New Delhi. And this New Delhi was very close to their state, Haryana. But we can see there was a tradition in families at that times. What was it? Girls have to educate in their local village. They are not allowed to go beyond their village for further education. But this girl was not ready to follow the traditional way of following education in her own village. So Santosh waited for the time. At the age of 16, in most of the traditional villages, we can see that it is the age for girls' marriage, child marriage. But Santosh was not ready. She asked her parents that if you are not allow me to continue my education, I will not be ready to get married. First you have to provide me good education, only then I will get married. That was her stern decision. Okay, and even in the family, there were a talk about this girl. Because only she is taking such type of decision to go outside their village for further education. It was not acceptable for others in the village, others in her family. But she was well determined about her dream. Okay? That was about third paragraph. I hope you got completely about this third one. And there was there we can see immense pressure from the family that Santosh would get married. There was immense pressure, but she was not ready. Okay, and let's see what is happening in the fourth paragraph. A marriage as early as, that was the last thing on her mind. She threatened her parents that she would never marry if she did not get a proper education. She left home and got herself enrolled in a school in Delhi. You see? In the traditional system, we can see for a girl, a marriage as early as possible. That was their slogan. For a girl, it is better to marry as early as possible. That was their slogan. But she threatened her family. What was her threatening? She threatened them she would never get married if she did not get enough education or proper education. That was her threat. They were threatened. Her parents were threatened by Santosh. Okay, first you educate me, then we can think about marriage. And you see, this girl left home at the age of 16 for further study in New Delhi. And she politely informed her parents of her plans to earn money by working part-time to pay her school fees. You see, when she left for Delhi for education, her parents were not willing. They were not ready to pay her fees. So Santosh decided to take part-time job to pay her school fee. And finally what happened? You can see her parent then agreed to pay for her education. Finally her parents had to agree with Santosh and they were ready to pay her school fees. Okay, otherwise what will happen? Otherwise Santosh will take a part-time job and she will manage her studies. Okay, I hope you got what we described yet. Can we get into the fifth one? Yeah. You see, Santosh was the attitude. Santosh had an attitude of about her study is a bit more. You see, her own words. When she study, when she studies, she feels like a bit more, a bit more. I want to study more. I want to study more. Okay, that was her attitude. Don't forget her attitude. Okay, and you see, even her father slowly, slowly come in terms with Santosh. Her father was ready to accept her own way. Okay, and he also agreed with her for urge for education, her desire for education. Her father also agreed with her. And Santosh passed the high school examination and went to Jaipur. She joined Maharani College. Okay? After completing her high school, she joined Maharani College and got a room in Kastuba Hostel. Kastuba Hostel, she got a hostel room. And she also remembers when she was staying at Kastuba Hostel, this hostel was facing a beautiful hill, a beautiful mountain. What is the name of that mountain? Aravalli Hills. Aravalli Hills. When she looked out through the window from her hostel, this hostel is faced to a beautiful hill. It is named Aravalli. And she used to watch villages from many villages walking up the hill when she stands in her hostel room. And you see, going up the hill and suddenly vanishing after a while. This was a beautiful sight to see. Many people are getting up the hill and after some time they are disappeared. Okay, that's a wonderful sight for her standing in her hostel room. And one day, Santosh decided to check it out myself. Check it out herself. She decided to go and know what is happening in the hill. So she found in the hill there were only few mountaineers. People who climb the mountain are known as mountaineers. Okay, actually it was not villages, it was some mountaineers. They were trying to climb Aravalli Hills. And she asked, and she said to them she wanted to join to climb the mountain. And for her surprise, they agreed. They agreed and said and motivated her to take climbing. Okay, this was her first experience when she was staying in a hostel, which is faced to a beautiful hill that is not Aravalli. And this is considered as her first climbing into a mountain, up to a mountain. I hope you got it. Okay. Now let's get into paragraph number 6. Okay. Then there was no looking back for this determined young girl. You see how this girl is addressed? Determined young girl. This is the greatest title she got. She is a girl of determination. She saved money and enrolled in a course at Uttarkashi's Nehru Institute of Mountaineering. You see, after collecting money, she got admission in a course at Uttarkashi's Nehru Institute of Mountaineering. Have you heard of engineering? When it is making a specification on mountain climbing, it is known as mountaineering. Okay, it is an adventurous one. She got admission. And you see, my college semester in Jaipur was to end in April, but it ended on the 19th of May. Actually, or usually, the college semester ends in April, but this year it happened on the 19th of May. Okay, so she planned to be in Uttarkashi on the 21st. After 2 days of her last semester in Jaipur, after 2 days, just 2 days, she joined in Uttarkashi, Nehru College of Institute of Mountaineering. Okay, so you see, she was not able to go home because of this busy schedule of joining in a new college. And instead of going home, she wrote a letter to her father and apologized, said sorry for her father. Okay, because she was not able to go home, so she apologized to her father. And let's see, without taking permission from her parents, she joined in the mountaineering course in Uttarkashi. Okay, if she is able to take her own decision, she has the freedom, she has the right. And she utilized that right to select this course in her life, mountaineering. Okay. And what happens in paragraph number 7? Let's see. You see, after selecting the course, thereafter, Santosh went on an expedition every year. Okay, what is expedition? Actually, expedition is adventurous journeys. Every year she put a adventurous journey during her college. Yeah. And you see, and her climbing skills matured rapidly. It was in a very fast manner. She became well matured in climbing. Also, she developed a remarkable resistance to cold and the altitude. You see, when you go up, it is quite natural that it will be so cold. And also, the height you reach, that place is in altitude. Altitude. The air is so thin, you can't bear it. But she was able to defend all these adversities on her journey, and it happened very quickly in her life. Why she achieved all these skills very quickly? Can you tell me? Because she was well determined. She was well determined. Then nobody can defeat her. Yeah, exactly. You said it. Very good. And you see, equipped with an iron will. You see, how is it? She was ready with an iron will. That much strong, her willpower, her mental strength, and physical endurance. What is that physical endurance? Ability to remain very active for a long period of time. That is your endurance. Okay, if you are endure, you are the person. You are a real hero. Yeah, ability to remain consistently strong. Okay, she was that much endurance and an amazing mental toughness. Usually we say girls are very soft, but this girl is not like that. She is that much strong. Okay, she proved herself repeatedly. All these things she proved again and again. And you see the culmination of her hard work. What is that culmination? Culmination is the end point, her destination. You see, the culmination of hard work and sincerity came in 1992, just 4 years after she had shyly asked the Aravalli mountaineers if she could join them. You see, in 1992, it was just after her climbing into the Aravalli hill with other mountaineers. What happened? You see, at barely 20 years of age, just 20 years of age, just 20 years of age, Santosh Yadav scaled Mount Everest, becoming the youngest woman in the world to achieve the feat. Feat means accomplishment, her achievement. When she achieved this, at the age of just at the age of just tell me, I'm waiting. Yeah, at the age of just 20 years of age. Usually this is the age for girls is considered as tender age, but this girl is not tender. This is a strong one. Okay, unlike other women. And you see, her climbing skills, physical fitness, mental strength impressed her seniors. Okay, when she climbed Mount Everest, it was with a team, and her team members were really impressed by this girl, her willpower, her mental power, her physical fitness, everything impressed them. Her concern for others and desire to work together with them found her a special place in the hearts of fellow climbers. And this girl was also with other young climbers in their team. So the climbers liked this young girl very much because of her good character. If you are okay, let's get into the paragraph number 8. We are going to wind up. Just 3 paragraphs. Okay. You see, during her climbing in the year 1992, you can see Santosh Yadav provided special care to a climber who lay dying at the South Col. When they reached at a particular point, one of her team climbers was dying, and Santosh tried to help her, tried to give that climber special care. But unfortunately, Santosh was unsuccessful in saving that climber. She couldn't help in saving that climber. However, Santosh managed to save another climber with the same plight. When another climber was in the same condition, that means without getting oxygen, Santosh provided that climber oxygen and saved him. Okay, that is why she is that much lovable in the hearts of other climbers. She considers all the team members. And you see what happens in paragraph number 9. Within 12 months after her achievement, within just 12 months, Santosh found herself a member of an Indo-Nepalese women's expedition. That team invited her to join them. Indo-Nepalese. There was a team. It was a women's expedition team. And she then scaled the Everest a second time. Again, this girl scaled Everest. It was for the second time. It was just within 12 months. Okay, some network issue. Let's resume our class. You see, Santosh was the only woman to have scaled the Everest twice and securing for herself and India a unique place in the annals of mountaineering. In the chronicles or in the records, that is annals of mountaineering, she was a unique figure. She was the only one figure which made India proud by bringing the record that the first woman to scale Everest, Mount Everest, for 2 times. In recognition of her achievements, the Indian government bestowed upon her one of the nation's top honors. Our nation honored her by giving Padma Shri. She got Padma Shri on her achievement. And see the last paragraph. See the concluding paragraph. Let's see what was her feeling when she reached on the top of Mount Everest. Describing her feelings when she was literally on top of the world. You see, when you reach on the top of Everest, you are on the top of the world. Okay, because it is the largest peak. Santosh said, it took some time for the enormity of the moment to sink in. You see, and she couldn't believe it took time. It took time to accept or to understand what her achievement was. She couldn't believe it in the beginning. But after some time, she was trying to understand. She achieved a great thing. Okay. And then, when she got normal, when she became normal, she unfurled the Indian flag and held it aloft on the roof of the world. And you see, our Indian flag was unfurled on the top of this world. The feeling is indescribable. We can't explain it in words what the feeling she experienced at that moment. It was truly a spiritual moment. We can call it a spiritual moment. I felt proud as an Indian. Okay, she felt very proud of being an Indian. And finally, you see, this girl is also a fervent environmentalist. She has consideration to the nature. She has her own concern to the nature. What she did when she climbed Mount Everest, she collected and brought down about 500 kilograms of garbage waste from the Himalayas. On the way back, she brought about 500 kilograms of waste from the top and dumped it in a proper place. So she loves nature too. I hope you enjoyed this wonderful life story of Santosh Yadav. It's really motivational. All should learn again and again about this girl and must get motivated. Okay, take care and bye bye.